At the beginning of episode 3 of the Kingdom of Ruin, we were shown Doroka's past. It goes to a place where humans attacked the entire witch community, and even the Doroka was also running around. Many witches were being killed before his eyes, but then one of her friends named Mia comes and hugs her. Doroka asks, "Why is Mia doing this to us? We have only helped them, and on top of that, can't we escape from here by using our magic?" But Mia says no, this thing is not possible because our magical power has been gone with the help of a machine. And then Mia tells Doroka to quickly run away from here and tell Madame Ophelia about this whole thing. Inform them about it, only they can do something. But Doroka, who was there, did not want to leave her friend alone. She hesitates a lot, but somehow Mia convinces her, and then Doroka runs away to Madame Ophelia to inform, and we are shown that Mia was surrounded by all the armies. They surround her, and let's end it right there. And then the scene again comes to the present where Doroka had been shot, and Doroka's situation was very bad. Even Adonis, who was such, could not believe this thing. He says, "Doroka, you can't die like this, you tell me. Tell me how I can revive Chloe again." And only after hearing all this Doroka says, "Look, you listen to me. We are all witches," but then there starts continuous firing. "This is the reason why you are staying away." He falls and all the bullets hit Doroka's body. The Wei looks at Doroka, he can't believe that he can even see Doroka. He lost it. Whatever happened to him, he was suffering very much from inside, and the next moment, all the soldiers present there came to attack him. But the Adonis falls towards him and he starts writing a spell with the same pen. He starts it, and that was the spell. He creates a barrier. All the bullets were coming in front of him, and one bullet was stopping just after coming in front of him. And in the next moment all the bullets would reverse and hit the same person with the same force attacks the person. And with this, all the soldiers who had come there were destroyed. Except one guy who was Adonis, he moves forward towards that guy. But then we are shown that the sniper on top of the building was already ready with his sniper. As soon as Adonis comes on the game and immediately presses the trigger, and the bullet goes straight towards Adonis. It comes, and as soon as it makes contact there is a huge explosion. But then we are shown Adonis emerging from the smoke. He doesn't even get a scratch, and the bullet floats in front of him. And then he makes that pill very big in size and reverses it too. He then points the bullet at the same sniper and attacks, and with that, the sniper, it's over. He goes, and in the next scene we see the one who was those, angrily going towards the last guy. Moves forward. His mindset had just been heated. He was just about to destroy the entire humanity. And Yamato was watching this whole scene on his screen, and then Yuki says that right now the whole thing is up to you. And then we are shown Yuki, who is the same machine which can do any suppress magical power. Reaches in front of her something that could obstruct her, and she decides that she will go right now to activate it. She is going to do this, and in this way she will defeat Adonis very easily. But then some people come in front of him and they prevent him from going from there. "Let's do it." And these people were none other than the people from the National Science Bureau, and that's when I was the leader. The lady whose name was Theta. She said that I know that you have to activate this device. But unfortunately I can't let you activate this device. After hearing this you would say, "But why is that so?" And then in the very next scene we are shown Theta calls Yamato from Yuki's phone, and Yamato was more shocked when he was talking to Theta. But then Theta tells us that, "Look, we cannot start that device." After hearing this, Yamato, who was there, said, "But why is that so?" And then Theta starts explaining. She tells us that science has advanced a lot and it has gifted a lot to mankind. But along with that there are some negative effects of science also. That there is no solution in science particles is one of the negative things, which is released by operating this magic photon suppressor machine. And this is the reason behind cellular dysfunction diseases in science particles. After hearing this, Yamato gets completely shocked because this is the same disease which His Majesty suffers from every day. And it happened to a soldier 10 years ago when he used this machine to defeat the witches. And even this is going to hurt nature a lot. And there are no witches who can repair nature and the ozone layer again. Because of which all those races are going to affect the human body very badly. After hearing all this, Yamato could not believe it at all. And on hearing this, Theta says that okay, then you tell me this about our emperor who? That he was continuously standing in front of this device during the whole process. His condition is still the same. Upon hearing this, Yamato gets completely shocked and he realizes that the emperor is ill. The real reason behind it, and on the same side we see that soldiers were continuously being eliminated. But then she hands over the phone to Yuki again and says, "That's sorry, but we can't do anything, we will have to find some other alternative." But then Yuki suddenly runs towards that device. Everyone runs after her to stop her, but Yuki knows that she can get hold of her somehow. The nation must save its empire, that Redia Empire has to be saved and she should go immediately. She starts activating it. In the same way, Theta also runs after her. But as soon as she catches it, the device that was there starts working. And with that we are shown the entire magical field that surrounds Adonis. And vanishes, and even his magical stick, his pen, falls down. After that, Yamato suddenly calls Yuki again and asks if everything is okay. Did you guys turn on the device? But only then. We are shown that Yuki was in a very bad condition and Theta had him all caught. There was blood all over both of them. Theta was trying to disable her by any means and says that no matter how much you do, we can do anything to disable it. It has to be stopped, and do you remember what your duty is? Whatever happens, you can stop it only with this machine, etc., and you do the same with this machine. Do it for the Empire. Hearing this, Yamato says that okay, we will attack him with everything we have. Do it, and the next moment we are seen. Many soldiers immediately go to attack towards Adonis. But then suddenly one of the lady soldiers starts moving forward and tells everyone not to move ahead. Don't go ahead, you will come in our fire. But that girl immediately goes to Adonis and says, "How did you even dare to attack our people?" But then all the soldiers got scared because the building on the side above collapsed. Was about to fall right in between them. All the soldiers ran backwards and the building came in between them, drops down. But the girl on the same side goes in front of Adonis and points the gun at him with her rifle. She was going to attack him with the knife that was attached. The one who was Adonis was helpless. He knew that this was probably his end. He'd probably just have to die. And in the next moment that girl attacks with just one blow and kills him. At the same time, Adonis' head gets separated from his body. And we are shown. The girl emerges from all the smoke, holding Adonis' head in her hand. And after seeing this, all the soldiers present there become very happy. They suddenly start celebrating, and the next moment we are shown that Yamato also watches this entire scene and he also feels very relieved. And then he announces to everyone and says that the one who was the witch's apprentice is finally. He is dead and everything is normal now. It is going to happen. Even Yamato looks at the girl and says that she looks very young. And when his subordinates tell him that yes, she is a new recruit from the mecha unit. And then Yamato says okay, now go and find out about Director Theta and Yuki, who they are. What are they doing right now? But on the same side we are shown that the conditions of both Theta and Yuki are very bad. It was critical and was being taken somewhere on a stretcher. And then we are told how there was a child who was 10 years prison. We had kept him captive for a year, but then he got released and he was the one who there is a reason behind destruction and disaster. And this child was none other than a witch's apprentice. Actually he was a human child, but still he knew how to do magic. And all these things were being told by none other than Geothi, the emperor himself was telling them. And right now his condition was very critical, due to which he was dependent on a lot of medical care. I was surviving. But still he tells that he is that. I was regretting a lot after calling him by name 10 years ago, but not anymore. He has already finished it. Even he tells me how he has ended the marriage and at the same time they are now together. He is living in a new world where there is no one else but his own Redia. There is an empire. And we are shown that this entire speech is listened to by a girl sitting in him class. And on the same side, another student asks his teacher whether sir, even if this was a human child, then still why are fighting with the witch's side. After listening to this the teacher says who knows maybe this guy was brainwashed and after that the class ends and Airy class was about to start, where the first girl was sitting on the bench with her head down. But then another girl also comes in front of her and says that she had seen all that. But then she says what nonsense are you talking about? And the girl who was on this side goes away from there. Then there is a shift and we are shown that the girl comes to a graveyard where she is asked to come. After she offers flowers to his dead boyfriend and says forgive me and we are then shown a scene from that time where her boyfriend was trapped under a building. He was begging for help a lot, but still this girl runs away from there to save her life and then she feels very bad for him in her mind. He says sorry a lot, but then he sees Adonis' photo on the phone and says whatever happens. This boy who knows how to do magic seems to be quite powerful. And then we are shown that suddenly a nameless man comes there and says sorry I scared you a bit. And then the girl realizes that this guy is none other than a government officer. After seeing which she goes to delete all the photo Adonis. But then he says that there is nothing to worry about. If you like its photos then you can keep it. But don't tell this to anyone else, otherwise you might get into trouble. And after hearing all this, the girl gets very scared and she goes away from there and then that guy. He calls someone and tells them that a schoolgirl is running in front of him. It will be. You catch her, arrest her and then hand her over directly to the National Security Bureau. And then we are told that this man is none other than a deputy of the National Intelligence Agency. There is a director whose name is Chief Oz and in Oz's phone there is a person named as Charmy. While he was talking to the girl, we were then shown Ms. Charmy. A lot of research was being done on very large computers. And this is none other than the chief investigator of the Intelligence Bureau. And then finally she completes her investigation and she comes to a conclusion and she conclusion was that Adonis' body was actually a dummy and that he does not have any original body. And then we are shown that Adonis suddenly opens his eyes and we get to know where he is. Not everything is shown. And with this the episode ends. So guys, see you in the next episode.